It's time for our business segment now, and Charles Pellegrin is with me in the studio. Good to see you, Charles. So we're starting with that court case that's currently underway that could be decisive for the future of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I'm talking about Elon Musk's lawsuit against OpenAI and its CEO Sam Altman. As a reminder, the founder of SpaceX and Tesla and of his own AI firm called xAI is accusing the maker of ChatGPT of manipulating him into giving $38 million to the organization on the assumption it would remain a not-for-profit. OpenAI's lawyers, meanwhile, contend that Musk knew OpenAI was going to make that turn towards being a for-profit business and that he supported it and actually wanted to have complete control over it. The trial in this lawsuit started last week, late April, and the latest person to take the stand was Shivon Zilis this Wednesday. She's a former board member at OpenAI, and her testimony was highly anticipated because she's seen by OpenAI's lawyers as being a proxy for Musk at the organization. She also worked for Musk's other ventures, Tesla and Neuralink, and is romantically involved with him. He is the father of her 4 children.
So, Charles, what came out of that testimony then?
Well, she was asked about Elon Musk advocating that OpenAI become a subsidiary of his electric and autonomous vehicle company, Tesla, and confirmed that this was discussed, but that there were, quote, a zillion possible structures proposed at the time, and that OpenAI leadership declined to join Tesla anyhow. All in all, she countered accusations that she used her position on the board to funnel information to Musk after he left the nonprofit and stopped donating money, saying, quote, I had an allegiance to the best outcome of AI for humanity.
Well, remind us what Elon Musk is hoping to achieve with this lawsuit.
So he's asking for as much as $180 million in damages from OpenAI's for-profit arm to be returned to its non-profit parent, and also for CEO Sam Altman and President Greg Brockman to be removed from their positions. And finally, he would like to see OpenAI being forced to unwind a fairly recent conversion to a more traditional corporate governance structure. OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman, meanwhile, claims Musk is doing all of this to slow down a rival participant in the global race to dominate AI models.
Well, so let's move on now and let's take a look at the markets.
Let's look at how things have taken place in Asia this Thursday. The Nikkei index in Japan rising and closing above 5.5% after a long holiday, buoyed by tech stocks with conglomerate SoftBank rising more than 13%. The Kospi continued rising as well after the huge gains it saw on Wednesday on the back of tech stock earnings and hopes of a deal being struck between the U.S. and Iran and potentially reopening the Strait of Hormuz. In Europe, we're seeing shares trading higher or flat at the open, with travel and leisure stocks leading the gains. Paris CAC 40 up 0.06%.
On next, as football fans across the globe get set for the return of the World Cup, the organising body is taking some heat for the extraordinarily high ticket prices.
The 2026 World Cup is set to be held across the US, Canada, and Mexico, and tickets this time are indeed far more expensive than 4 years ago. Seats for the final in New Jersey start at 10 times the price for the cheapest seats for Qatar's 2022 final. Organizer FIFA says those prices are simply due to high demand, as well as the US's exorbitant ticket resale market. Brian Quinn has the details.
It's the planet's biggest sporting event with a price tag to match. As North America gears up to host the 2026 World Cup, organizer FIFA is under fire for stratospheric ticket prices. President Gianni Infantino citing the U.S. resale market as he sought to defend FIFA.
We have to apply market rates. If we were to sell tickets at the price which is too low, these tickets would be resold at a much higher price.
World Cup revenues first surpassed those of the Olympics with 2010's South African edition, but this year's move to the U.S. has taken it to another level entirely. While the 2024 Paris Summer Games brought in around $5.25 billion, FIFA expects revenues for the 2026 World Cup to hit $13 billion, with $9 billion of that getting raked in this year. Roughly a third of that will be via tickets that are priced much higher than 4 years ago. Face value for seats at the 2022 World Cup final in Qatar ranged from $206 to just over $1,600. For the 2026 final in New Jersey, the range is $2,030 to more than $6,300. FIFA says demand is driving the market, with more than 500 million ticket requests received, and some tickets to the final already listed on resale sites for as much as $2 million. A number of groups, including some U.S. lawmakers, have called for FIFA to lower ticket prices, and it has responded, with $60 tickets for an extremely small number of seats tucked into the highest corners of stadiums.
So I definitely won't be going.
I don't think I can afford it either. No. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us and giving us that business update. Charles Peregrine there, our business editor.